Hi, so my name is Suleyman Wellings-Longmore. I was born and raised in London, northwest London, in a place called Harlesden. And I've been in Accra now since the 1st of March, working as a fellow here at the Noldor residency, exploring new styles and techniques. I started painting alongside my legal career in 2019. At first as a means to, I guess, balance against some of the pressures of working in commercial law at the time. And so a lot of my work and technique was developed through trial and error and a lot of experimentation. Early on, I realized that masking tape could be used to make stencils, which could allow me to get better detail than I was naturally able to make with a paintbrush. And so I started using masking tape very early on to try and get that added accuracy. Over the years, I've realized or grown to understand that masking tape can also be used to create a number of different forms, geometric forms, optical illusions, as well as also just making the figures themselves. And I've recently moved into a new exploration of installation and framing, so including the naked frame itself, as well as kind of rope or twine to suspend the canvas in a way which I'm quite excited by at the moment. The focus of my work has definitely expanded over the last few years. When I first started making art, I think I was just trying to make sense of my surroundings. I was living in Paris at the time, and I was trying to process the experience of being in the city, working in the work I was doing, kind of the social and personal pressures that come with that. And so I think I was in that space, really just trying to highlight some of the experiences which I found very important to myself. Over the years, it has shifted into a new space. I left the corporate world and went to Harvard Law School to study human rights law via a master's. And in that space, I was very much informed by my studies, and so I was working on paintings and sculptures which were inspired by the material. So, migration issues, human rights issues, reproductive rights, and things like that. Since coming to Ghana, a lot of the work I've been doing has actually been inspired by family stories and family narratives. So I made a piece about a cousin of mine who was very instrumental in restitution efforts to bring back manuscripts and books that the British government had looted from Ethiopia in the 1860s. And also some of the conditions that people live in London with the kind of street life mentality, obviously the consequences of that being legal issues or sadly actually even death and harm. And so, there's still this anchoring in the Black experience and kind of a work that touches upon the Black community, but I've been trying to see how I could bring it in, also tie it in, to legal issues. And so over the years, the kind of law and the arts are becoming a lot more partnered. Some of my work is about questioning representation, how and where do these subjects fit in with our society? How do we see them normally? So when you conceal, say, a face in a design, or you conceal text in a design, I guess I hope that viewers leave and kind of interrogate, why that message or that concept has been shared in that way. What is it about, say, restitution and efforts to rebalance kind of age-old inequalities? What is it about indigenous communities and how they're seen or not seen that that has motivated the piece that people are looking at? But I'm also, sometimes you may leave and just be like, that was a cool design, or like, I like that color. And that's also fine personally, because I also have that when you can't really put your finger on it, but you're like, something about that just seems really good. So yeah, I try not to be too prescriptive about what people leave with.